Welcome to part 2 of the Body Obsession series. I'm so excited to get into it today. This series is all about teaching you how to go from negative body image to total body obsession and confidence. In part 1, we covered how your mindset should be going into this type of journey. So if you haven't listened on my podcast, The It Girl Mindset, or watched on YouTube, please go watch part 1 first. It's super, super important and the foundation to setting yourself up for success. Now, part 2 is all about listening to your body, but it's not this cookie cutter listen to your body. A lot of people say listen to your body, but what the fuck does that actually mean? Okay, so I'm going to break down step by step my process on how you can actually listen to your body. As you know, I use the mind-body method, which combines mind, body, nervous system. This is all about the body today, okay? When you're talking about your own body, you cannot follow other people's protocols. You cannot follow other people's strategies, okay? You need to have your own body blueprint. You are an individual, you're a bio-individual, and you need something that works for you and your body and your lifestyle. So please, this is your little reminder to stop looking for external sources. You need to look inward to your body. Your body will tell you what it needs. You just have to give yourself the space to listen, okay? Even for me, before I lost 20 pounds, I had to try diet after diet after diet to figure out what worked for me and how I could lose weight and how I could look the way that I want to, okay? I was constantly looking for an influencer's ab routine or looking at another influencer's diet or trying Weight Watchers or whatever it may be. I tried it all, okay? The one thing that I didn't try was actually listening to my own body. Once I started to listen to my own body, that's when everything changed. That's when I was able to actually listen to my hunger and fullness cues, actually know what my body needs in terms of nourishment, know what my body needs in terms of movement, okay? I take an approach where I say, fuck it to all the fitness advice out there. I'm going to do what feels good to my body. My body has never looked better, okay? And I eat more food than I ever have. So again, when you are in this kind of body balance, you're not holding on to excess weight, you're not inflamed, you feel regulated and you feel good in your own body. You need that to be able to feel confident and obsessed with your body. If you physically feel like shit, you're not going to be able to feel confident in your own body, period. And the more you tune in and listen to your own body and you start to see the results from that, you will start to actually trust your body. When you start to trust yourself and your body, you're able to make decisions and feel good about them, which in turn is going to give you that confidence. The more trust you have with your body, the more confident and obsessed with your body you will be. So let's get into it. Welcome to the It Girl Mindset, where I help you step into the next level version of yourself by mastering your mindset, manifesting your deepest desires, and connecting deeply with your body. It's about becoming the most authentic, radiant, unapologetic, and unbothered version of yourself. Together, we're going to chat about how to unlock your true potential and create a life that feels as good as it looks. If you're ready to become the healthiest, hottest, and most abundant version of yourself, you're in the perfect place. Let's get into it. Step 1, the foundation. Get in a regulated state. If your nervous system is dysregulated, you're not going to be able to hear your body's cues in any way, shape, or form. You need to create safety within your body first. So, I created a whole episode. Go check out my last podcast episode or YouTube video all about nervous system. I go in depth over there. We're just going to quickly go over some tools for how you can be regulated. But if you want to understand why it's an important first step, go ahead and listen to that. A couple of different ways that you can regulate your nervous system is 1, breath work, okay? Take a couple deep breaths in through the nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 5. Okay, super quick way. That puts your body in a parasympathetic state, so it is resting and digesting, okay? Because again, in order to listen to your body, you need to be in a safe place. If your body's in fight or flight, you're not going to be able to listen to your hunger and fullness cues. Your hunger could be off the charts. Your metabolism won't be working as well. You're not going to be able to understand your body when you're in that stressed out state. So another type of resource is a VU breath or Om. You know, in yoga when they chant the Om, okay? That's another great one because, again, it's stimulated in your vagus nerve, which allows you to be in that parasympathetic state. The VU is the same thing if you want to listen to that. listen to the last episode because I gave an example there. Next is a hug, like literally just giving yourself a hug, or even just like swaying back and forth. So powerful. You can even co-regulate with your partner or your dog. Obviously, if your dog is grounded, if they're kind of like being crazy and you try to give them a hug. I know Luna does that sometimes where I'm like, I just want a hug. And she's like running around like crazy. I'm like, damn it, this is not regulating at all. It's actually like making me annoyed that you don't want to give me a hug. Yeah, like again, hugging your partner, someone who's already grounded. Next is swaying or rocking. Again, it just puts your body in that safe response. Lastly, another little tool is grounding. So going outside, putting your feet into the earth, just really connecting with the present moment is so powerful too. Once you feel that shift, go ahead and move on to step 2. Step 2 is to notice all the sensations in your body. I want you to become a detective of your own body signals, okay? We're going to track your body signals into 2 different areas. We've got eating cues and movement cues. When you become energetically in tune with your body, there are so many different signals, okay? Like sometimes for me, I feel like a lot of tension in my heart, which usually means I'm dysregulated, or a hunger cue. There's a difference between a hunger cue and actually being thirsty. There's sometimes you have a gut feeling. This could be about a lot of different things. Sometimes I have a tingly sensation in my upper body. Sometimes I have a tingly sensation in my gut, okay? Sometimes I have like this knot in my gut, okay? So I want you to just start noticing all of the sensations in there, okay? So a couple of eating cues I want you to take note of. Hunger levels. Hunger levels. Is it true hunger or is it this kind of like emotional response to something? Fullness cues. Do you feel satisfied or do you feel stuffed? I talked about this in the last episode, but recently I was so dysregulated that I was rushing through eating. And so I wasn't able to listen to my hunger and fullness cues because I was so focused on rushing to be done with eating that I overate and I felt stuffed and I felt uncomfortable. So that's why regulation is always step number 1. And then again, step 2 is like being able to slow down and be present. And in order to notice these cravings and these things and these feelings in your body, you have to be able to pause first and be grounded and present in this moment. Gut sensations, whether that's bloating, whether that's, again, like I said, like a pit in your stomach, being a detective of what this actually means. Cravings, what do these actually mean? I could do a whole episode on this, but your cravings are trying to tell you something. So it's really, really important to just not look at your cravings as a bad thing. Your body's trying to tell you something, so you just have to be able to listen, and that starts with just noticing all these sensations. And then energy levels. This is another thing too. A lot of times people are like, oh, like my stomach's not growling, so I'm not hungry. If I'm super, super low energy, I know that I need to have a snack, okay? It's not just about feeling like, oh, my stomach's growling, I'm hungry. It's like, what is your energy like? Food is fuel. So using that and listening to that. And again, everybody's body's different. Maybe that's not the case for you. Maybe instead you need to go take a nap. Okay, for me, I know I always need a snack if I'm super, super low on energy. Sometimes even like nausea is a sign that I'm really, really hungry and I push myself over the edge. So again, like learning your own body. What are all these different things? Write in a notes app on your phone and just start to like list things off that you notice in your body. Notice the different sensations and what they mean. Next are movement cues. Does my body feel tight or stiff? We've got, again, energetic state. Do you feel antsy, fatigued, calm, strong? Next is joint health. Do I feel good in my body or do I feel kind of achy? Emotional state. Would movement feel grounding or stressful? Again, this step is all about observing without judgment. You're not questioning things, you're just observing and noticing what these different sensations are in your body. Step 3 is to ask yourself what these mean. Now that you've identified what these cues are, now you got to get to the root of what they actually mean and what your body needs. And this might take some trial and error, okay? I have built this mind-body connection with myself over years, okay? This didn't happen overnight, and I'm not saying that that's what it's going to be for you. If you wanted to skip that time, then I do have a couple of one-to-one spots open, so you can set up a free strategy call, but you have to apply down below first because it is application only. But once you apply, we would set up a free strategy call to see if you'd be a good fit for the mind-body method. But this took me years, and I built a program that will allow you to feel these shifts in months, okay? But it's so important to learn your own body, okay? I am not going to be the coach that's like, here's a diet, here's a workout plan. It's like, nope, we're going to build that trust with your body. What feels good to your body? Food-wise, movement-wise. This is an important step, okay? You need to decode your own body signals. So for eating, okay, when I get this nausea, that means that I am pushed over the edge. When I am tired, that means I might need food or I might need rest. For movement, I use something called intuitive movement. I ask my body every single day what it needs, not what it feels like. There's a difference. I know I say this every single episode, but there's a difference between what your body needs and what you feel like doing. Okay? If your body's like, go for a run, but you're like, I'm tired, I'm lazy, or maybe not even tired, I'm lazy. If you sit on the couch instead of going for a run, you're disregarding what your body needs. You're not honoring your body, you're ignoring it. So the more you can actually listen and honor what your body needs, the more you're going to see the results. Your body's always trying to tell you something. And the more you can listen, the quicker you're actually going to get to where you want to go. And with movement, stop doing movement you think you need to do to get the body that you want. I used to have so many clients that told me, they're like, yeah, I love HIIT workouts. And I'd be like, why? They're like, because that's how you lose weight fastest. I'm like, no. That is not the approach we're taking. What type of movement sounds fun to you? You're never going to stick with anything if you're not actually stepping up if you're not actually tuning in and listening to the type of workouts that actually are fun to you. Your body's trying to tell you something. If you love pickleball, great, do pickleball. If you love taekwondo, great, do taekwondo. If you love skateboarding, do skateboarding, okay? This is all forms of movement. And the more you can trust your body, that your body's giving you these desires for a reason, the more fun you're going to have, okay? I don't do anything out of obligation. I ask myself what I want, and I honor what my body needs. One thing that I would recommend doing every single morning is sitting down, closing your eyes for a few minutes, do a couple regulating resources, be grounded, be present, do a little body scan, and then be like, okay, body, what feels good today? Like, what do you need from me today? You will be shocked at what comes to mind, okay? Sometimes for me, I've talked a lot about intuition, but for me, sometimes I'll physically see myself going for a run, or I'll physically see myself in my brain doing a Pilates workout or going to a yoga class, okay? And I take that as a sign to be like, okay, this is actually what I'm craving today. I'm going to go do that. Even for me, I just signed up for a pole dancing class and I am so excited. And it was one of those things where it was like a private lesson and I was like, do I want to do this? But I kept thinking about it over and over and over again. I was like, oh my God, yes. I've been craving some sort of dance, but then mix that with working out. That's exactly what my body's craving. So it's going to be such a great intro to see if this is something that I want to continue doing. So I signed up for the class, okay? It doesn't have to be that deep. It's really just what sounds fun to you? What is my body craving? Go and do that. The more you honor it, the easier it'll be to continue to show up as that version of you, okay? Step number 4 is to take aligned action, okay? Like I said, you have to honor what your body needs. If you decide to sit rather than do what your body needs, you're ignoring your body, you're not honoring your body. I think a lot of people in this space are like, oh, I'm honoring my body and I'm resting because I'm tired. And that's not it, okay? Yes, there are moments when you want to sit and relax, and it's important to have that rest. But if you are choosing to ignore what your body needs, you're actually just being lazy. You're not actually honoring your body. There's a caveat to this, okay? Because a lot of times too, again, like I said, when you're dysregulated, you're not able to make that conscious decision. Or if you have some limiting beliefs that you need to clear, again, you're not going to be able to make that decision. So there's some caveats. It's not just you're being lazy, but it's so important to honor your body. If you're really serious about feeling confident, feeling safe, feeling good about your body, which is the foundation for everything, as you guys know, you gotta honor what it needs, okay? So, some of this aligned action. I know this might sound simple, but I think it's important to talk about. Eat when you're hungry, but stop when you're satisfied, okay? That's living in alignment. If you're dysregulated, you're eating super fast, and you're just trying to zoom through it to eat and move on, you're not actually listening and honoring your body. You're not taking that aligned action. Example, choosing food that actually nourishes your body rather than something that's quick but depleting. Honoring cravings without shame, which again, I could do a whole episode on this because I actually do have a really old podcast episode on this. It's called How to Navigate Cravings, I believe, but I have no idea what episode. It's probably episode 10 or something like that. Example, hydrate before you eat to make sure that you're actually hungry and not just thirsty. Movement, if you're feeling tired but your body's still craving some exercise, go for a walk or do some light stretching or a light yoga or bodyweight Pilates or something like that. If you feel super energized, go for a run. But if you slept like shit, your body's so tired, you feel dysregulated, you can't focus, maybe you just need to go take a nap. This is the aligned action I'm talking about. It's not forcing, but it's also not being lazy. There's a big difference, okay? It's all about honoring your body. That's how you feel like you're always winning and you're always moving forward. It's that you're actually deciding, okay, maybe, for me, this is what I do. I move my body every single day. No questions asked. Sometimes that's a 10-minute walk. Sometimes it's a hike. Sometimes I go for a run. Sometimes I do strength training. A lot of times recently I've been doing Pilates with light weights, okay? Sometimes I go to the gym. I do what my body needs. And so every single day, I know that I'm honoring my body, whether that is a 5-minute walk or a 3-hour hike, okay? I actually don't go on 3-hour hikes, but you get my point. Step number 5, and the last step, is just to reflect and notice, okay? Take this seriously. The mind-body connection is so powerful. And when you harness that, it makes your whole life better, because when you're confident in your body, you're confident in all areas of your life. If you feel like shit, you're going to show up like shit. If you feel amazing, you're going to show up amazing in all of the areas of your life, as maybe a wife, as a mom, as a teacher, as, a career woman, a businesswoman, okay? When you feel good in your body, you're going to feel good in all other areas, okay? Start with your body and start with honoring your body, building that trust with your body. As you reflect and shift and change and whatever, even some of my signals have changed over the years. It's all about just knowing. A couple of reflection questions for you. How did I feel before, during, and after eating and moving today? Did I honor my body's signals and cues, or did I override them? What's one small adjustment that I can make to move forward? Give yourself the space to listen to your body. Starting with the nervous system regulation, becoming aware of the cues, understanding what those cues mean, and then reflecting and moving forward, okay? I know this might sound like a lot, but this is not something that I have to consciously think about. It's just something that's embedded in me now. And like I said, I'm not perfect with this. Sometimes I am dysregulated and I don't listen to my hunger and fullness cues. But then I correct myself because I reflect. I'm like, okay. And it's like, oh, I'm actually feeling dysregulated. That's why I've been kind of feeling a little bit rushing around and eating more than I would like to and not listening to my hunger and fullness cues. And then I'm able to correct from there. And again, this is not like a big thing that I had to think about and reflect and refine and whatever. It's just something that I just now consciously choose to do. A couple of last minute thoughts. Stop outsourcing your body's needs to external resources like influencers or diet plans, whatever it may be. Your body knows, you just have to give yourself the space to listen. Like I said, the more you start to trust your body and your cues, the more confident and obsessed with your body you will be, okay? That wraps up part 2 of the Secret to Body Obsession series. If you know someone that needs to hear this and they're lost in their journey, please send this to them or share this on your story with your biggest takeaway. I would absolutely love to see that, and tag me at Ashley Robots on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this episode was so helpful for you. I know that when I learned to listen to my body, it was like this light bulb moment, and my life drastically improved because I didn't have to look at external sources or things or whatever. I got to just look inside me, and I always have me, okay? You always have you. And so learn to work on that mind-body connection, okay? I love you. Thank you so much for being here. As always, if you have questions, message me on Instagram, or if you do want to work one-to-one, go ahead and fill out that form down below. Love you so much, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Hello, my love. I have something so exciting to announce before you go. I know you're probably doing all the right things when it comes to body confidence, the workouts, the healthy eating, even the mindset work, but something still feels off. It's like no matter what you try, you're not getting the results that you know you're capable of. That's why I created your Dream Body Blueprint, a completely free habit tracker and guide designed for high achievers just like you who want to build confidence and freedom in their mind and body without adding even more onto your plate. With this, you'll be able to reconnect with your body, build trust with yourself, and create sustainable habits that actually feel good to you. If you're ready to finally feel at home in your body, grab your Dream Body Blueprint now. It's completely free. All you have to do is click the link in the show notes below and get started today. Your future self will thank you.